My people, depending on your location. I have come again this morning, this afternoon, to say hello to my people. I am coming this late because of a couple of things that I was taking care of. I hope everyone woke up this morning healthy. Ndị be anyị ndị nọ n'ụlọ ekenekwa m unu. Ekene m nwoke, ekene m nwanyị. Ọ ga-amala onye ọbụla mma. My people, I am here again this morning, not for any particular reason, but just to interact with you all. You know, we have something at hand, a very huge one, a very huge task. So we must continue. Father Lord, I give you honor, I give you praise. I thank you for life. I thank you for BIAFRANS. I thank you for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. His presence is awesome. His presence is great. For stepping into our leader's shoes. I plead, my Lord, that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, be released. Amen. I thank you for all BIAFRANS all over the world. My great people, I thank God on your behalf. Join me from wherever you are watching and let us continue. Biafra is our religion. We must evangelize and talk about Biafra for the world to know that we are the rising sun. We must rise and this sun must shine. Please, I want to plead again with all my friends and families, all Biafrans, to subscribe to this very channel, Betty Ford TV, and follow me on my Facebook, Betty Ford Second. Please subscribe and share the message so that it goes viral. Please, my people. I have to continue. You know, a couple of days ago, we were talking about a lamentation of the military chief in House of Assembly at the zoo, where he was calling on our Prime Minister, saying that he's the one causing insecurity in the entire country, and in particular, Southeast. The pertinent question to be asked is, why are we talking about Biafra? To start with, during 1970, when the war ended, we should go back to history. F. Young was the one, Major General F. Young, our Supreme Leader Ojukwu's deputy. He was the one that came to Obasanjo and they went to meet Gowon. During that meeting, he warned and said to them that you should treat Biafrans well. Do not marginalize them because of the war. We both fought the war, and the war has now ended. Because if you don't treat them well, their children will rise up. And this is that prophecy. It has come to play. Simon Ekpa, being a 30-something-year-old man, is a direct descendant of those men that Major General F. Young talked about. When they abducted Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they were rejoicing, popping up champagne at Ikonso House in Owerri, where Governor Hope Uzodimma resides as the governor of the state, because then they were the ones that paid for that 100 million bounty on his head. So their victim has been conquered and brought back. They were popping champagne. I don't think that if you ask Hope Uzodinma to pop champagne again for Simon Ekpa, for the presence of Simon Ekpa, I don't think he will like to do it. Because 2 weeks ago, he lamented when they were interviewing him that one man in Finland called Simon Ekpa is asking my people to sit at home. Can you imagine that? He should be popping champagne now. The treatment of our people have persisted on a very bad note, to the extent that we are now asking for our exit. And they are not bold enough to call for referendum because they will be shamed. Now, the question will be, what are those things that has led to our exit? For us to be asking for our exit, the Benue people want to exit, the Oduduwas want to exist. But before I continue, let me remind you people of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with these children and their plea.
Release our brother Nnamdi Kanu.
Release him for us. Otego, Hapuziania. The children need him. Please. We are begging you people. And you know,
release our brother Nnamdi Kanu.
You people that are in power, do something. Release him for us.
Release our brother Nnamdi Kanu.
We are begging. Money na ikwa anyunkwa. Money ni ana ikwa anyunkwa. Ebusia na ageme anya rafia. Kedikos no, we don't know. Kedikos no, we don't know. Nobody is saying anything. We are busy living our life.
Kedukos Nodo, we don't know. But they will come and tell us he is sick. He is sick. A man that was renditioned. People are kept in prison, but they kept him underground, alone, for 2 whole years. She asked here, Kedu Kosi Nodo Ayamaro. Ayamaro Kosi Nodo. But the DSS dungeon is underground. That's where they kept him. Oh, Kosi Nodo. In a very critical analysis of our Onyendu's condition, is that he is underground. That's where they kept him. Even when his lawyers pleaded, that's Ejimako, pleaded that they should take Onyendu to the normal prison where he can interact with people. They refused. A country like that. Now, a court, competent court, High Court, everybody knows that High Court is next to Supreme Court, and that's it in a country. The judiciary, the system, they released Onyendu based on law, based on legal provisions. In their own legal system, Onyendu was discharged, but they refused. That's the country that people expect us to remain with. I'm bringing another one. This man is also a lawyer, but his name is Femi, which means he is a Yoruba man. Listen to him.
Yes, the capital is present in the place. You have access to credit. Where is the access to credit in Nigeria? There is no Nigerian bank today that can offer you a loan for less than 20-something percent. What business are you going to do at 20-something percent that you can pay the bank? What business? What are you going to do unless you are trading? Since when did trading become a productive part of our economy? How many people can you employ in a trading business? Manufacturing is the backbone of any economy. You have to have a manufacturing base. Even if it's an agric economic base, you still have to find a way to work.
He's talking of employment. Is there any place in Nigeria that you can say today categorically that people or this number of Nigerian population will be employed. They don't care about employment or creating one. Let's continue.
In there, where is the capital? Where is power? Where are the infrastructures? Where are they? When the same system will have those that created wealth. What kind of wealth are they creating? Gambling, Bet Niger, School Niger, Gamble Niger. Like which one? Like Dangote Monopoly.
All these things, Gamble Niger, Bet Niger, what is all product of unemployment, idleness. We are human beings. People have to eat on daily basis because food is what sustains us. But if they don't create job and people don't see anything to do, they will delve into this into Bet Niger and all this to survive. Recently, some Air Force men and the army people were caught by EFCC doing yahoo yahoo at Abuja. That is not Simon Ekpa's cause. Simon Ekpa didn't cause that. This one he's talking now, how bank cannot give anybody loan for business. That is not Simon Ekpa's making.
What kind of wealth are they creating? Gambling, Bet Niger, School Niger, Gamble Niger. Like which one? Like Dangote monopolies. Who create monopolies like the one that they were busy? Oh, okay, yes. With his new refinery, have you? Very beautiful refinery, churning out millions of barrels of petrol every day. Buhari went and commissioned it, and we were afflicted by life proceedings for hours on end on the day in question. We are a nation of liars. They have created rent seekers who make money from the putrefied system. How those that make infrastructures. Yeah, when the same system will have those that created wealth. What kind of wealth are they creating? Gambling, Bet Niger, School Niger, Gamble Niger. Like which one? Like Dangote monopolies. Who create monopolies like the one that were.
Have you people heard it? I talked about this some time ago. The only person that brings rice, salt, cement, Indomie, you name it, is a Fulani man. He has just mentioned it. He is just on a monopolistic position in a country of 200 and something million people. Just one man. Let me take him back to repeat it.
The infrastructures. Yeah, when the same system will have those that created wealth. What kind of wealth are they creating? Gambling, Bet Niger, School Niger, Gamble Niger. Like which one? Like Dangote monopolies. Who create monopolies like the one that they were busy? Oh, okay, yes. With his new refinery, have you? Very beautiful refinery, churning out millions of barrels of petrol every day. Buhari went and commissioned it, and we were afflicted by life proceedings for hours on end on the day in question. We are a nation of liars. They have created rent seekers who make money.
We are in a nation of liars. People who don't comply with their own rule of law. How can a president be accused of lying with his certificate, lied with his age, lied about every damn thing? And a man that goes into the bush to chat with terrorists is his vice. All lies. They never won the election. They got 5 judges to lie for them and snatched the mandate from the winner. All lies. He is talking here, he's a lawyer.
From the putrefied system, they erect toll gates based on monopolies. So they make money, and then you're pointing at them as though that is available to everybody else. Look, young people have been reduced to gamblers, prostitutes, Uber drivers. You know how many drivers are driving Uber in Lagos?
Have you seen it? When people are impoverished, rendered to abject poverty, what do? All the things he enumerated here. Let me bring it back so that he will remind you people. You know, these days, because of the presence of internet, people see a lot of things in a day that tomorrow they've already forgotten. In fact, in Nigeria, there is no history in the schools. People don't read history. Children don't know what is called history in Nigeria. So they grow up not knowing how to recap with the past. That is exactly what I'm doing here. For us to know the genesis of all the problems you people are facing in Nigeria and why some people are even asking to leave.
Rent seekers who make money from the putrefied system. They erect toll gates based on monopolies. So they make money, and then you're pointing at them as though that is available to everybody else. Look, young people have been reduced to gamblers, prostitutes, Uber drivers. You know how many graduates are driving Uber in Lagos and everywhere else? Because it's about the only way they can become self-employed without being dependent on the system for their livelihood. The easiest way to become self-employed in Lagos is to be able to buy a Corolla. So you buy a Corolla, you become a Uber driver, and then you have to start dealing with the madness of the Nigerian police and all the multiple checkpoints.
Have you seen it? Madness of Nigeria police and checkpoints all over the place. I was talking to somebody yesterday in Nigeria. That person told me that in Nigeria, every 10 poles, you have military checkpoint, and you people will be made to come down and walk, and the driver will come and meet you people there and pick you up. That is the kind of country we are in. Is that the making of Simon Ekpa? Let's continue.
The state has created to freeze you even more. If it was so nice, if the opportunities were so available, why would everybody be running away? The best and brightest of this country are running every day. They are not migrating, they are fleeing. A power company, is that not part of...
You see, he said they are not migrating, they are fleeing. You all will agree with me that sometimes last year and early this year, a lot of African children, and Nigeria inclusive, died in the channels, the ocean, because one little boat, so many people will be clustered into it, and the weight will cause the little boat to sink, and they will all perish. There is no how, even if you are the best world champion swimmer, you cannot swim the ocean, the high sea. You can't. At a point, you will get tired, and you know the end. The virtual end, that's it. That is what Nigeria is causing. I continue.
I have neglected permanently. Look, the failure of governance. When I tell you that the poverty is systemic and is deliberate, it sounds highfalutin. We're supposed to be a capitalist country, are we?
Yes.
Communist. We're capitalists. What is...
You know why it is deliberate and systemic? Why it is systemic? The system in Nigeria is that as head of state, if they find anything wanting in you, or if there's any flaws, those who are called the executives, the senators, the House of Rep, that has power to impeach you, they can never do so. Rather, the money you have to use, or as the president, to govern the country, or for the states to get as budgets, will be used to bribe these very people that has power to impeach you. So instead of using that money for good causes, for the benefit of the citizens, they will use it to bribe the senators, giving them billions, and they will never talk. And this is money that's supposed to be circulating in the society, in the hands of every citizen, but it doesn't. So that's the systemic point that he's making here.
Meaning of capitalism. It means that capital is present in the place. You have access to credit. Where is the access to credit in Nigeria?
Yeah.
There is no Nigerian bank.
They have no access to credit because the money is not even in the banks. It is in the hands of the president and the senators that he's bribing with the money so that they don't impeach him. That is the system. What is going on in Nigeria? Anyone that will look at me and tell me that I love what is going on, let the person come to this channel one day. I will bring them in, let them give me the examples, and let the world hear them. Now, this very thing that goes on in Nigeria, it is all Simon Ekpa's problem. And Simon Ekpa is the one causing all this hardship that is making Nigerians to flee. He said here is not migration. They are fleeing. The whole saga or the whole episode of hardship in Nigeria has caused a foreigner to come to Nigeria there, give a speech in a conference, and that speech must be haunting all of them. Listen to Dr. Lumumba from Kenya.
Nigerians and Africans refer you to as honorable members. The question is, are you honorable members or horrible members?
Look at the picture, Hope Uzodinma. Look at him, looking at him. When he mentioned, are you honorable members or horrible members? This is what he is telling them in their faces. He's not saying this behind them. He is not sending them a text message. He is speaking openly into their hearts. And look at, immediately he mentioned it. Look at this picture. That is Governor Hope Uzodinma. He turned round to look at him again, because what this man said is, the thing is, it sounds like a thunderbolt hitting him directly. Let me start again.
Nigerians and Africans refer you to as honorable members. The question is, are you honorable members or horrible members? We live in a continent where legislators are measured by the number of funerals that they attend, where the efficacy of legislators is measured by the number of weddings they attend, where their significance is measured by the number of men and women that they support on the day of their weddings. And therefore, we live in a continent where the legislator is misunderstood. We live in a continent where legislators are not called and expected to perform their traditional function. We were told then that you, honorable members of the House of Representatives, represented us. We were told then that you are our servants. And for a long time, we believed that you are our servants. But over the years, things did change. And we started believing that you are no longer our servants and that you had become our...
Yes, what he meant here, you are no longer our servants, because any person in a political power is a civil servant, and you have to serve your people, especially with the jingle they call democracy. In a democratic system, is government for the people, by the people. But it is no longer so. That's what he meant here. You can imagine a senator will be given how many billions? We all know that senators are there to represent their individual constituencies. Do they go to the towns and villages to even know how their people are faring? To know that this Christmas, a bag of rice is 50,000 naira that some people don't even have. How can these people feed? How can they feed when they are giving a single person, a senator, how many billions? Not millions, billions, just to silence them. And the head of state will be asking for 30-something billion to be used to refurbish an office in Lagos while he's at Aso Rock. You don't think of your citizens. Stomach infrastructural politicians. This is pure political obituary, because they are not living. To us, they are dead, because our people are still trapped there. Biafrans, they are not letting us go. Now, what they have resorted to is demolition of houses, demolition of businesses, burning of our homes in Southeast, rendering our people homeless. These senators, they don't care. So, my people, for those of you who are still one Nigerianists, you should wake up. Because I was reading something on Twitter where a man was accusing, was telling the military chief that he should not refer to Simon as their leader, that he's not their leader, that their leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now they abducted your leader, and Simon said to us that we will make abducting Onyendu, we will make it useless for them with civil disobedience. And this civil disobedience by no means is nothing other than sitting at home. We are not fighting anyone. But now, because we have been pushed to the war, gun has been gone for gun. It has been made to be in the hands of those who can handle it. So, my people, those people who are saying that Simon is not our leader, he is leading us currently, and Simon does not claim leadership. What Simon is doing is the needful. Simon is following Onyendu's template, and he has not deviated. Simon is not looking for name, for praises, because nobody eats praises. What Simon is interested in, that's why we are all following him. You only follow a leader, though, is that he is following Onyendu's template. Everything that Simon is doing now is what Onyendu planned out to do. That's the new dimension that Onyendu told us that Simon is bringing to the awareness we are making. So for those of you, the IPOB Nigeria, who is telling the military chief to stop referring to Simon as the leader of IPOB, currently he is. Yes, he is. We all know who our leader is and who they are, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't lead alone. He leads with people. That's why he was asking for 100 men. Simon is just an individual. Where are the 99? Onyendu asked for 100 men. You people should tell us, where are the 99 men? Betrayers. These are the people that sold Onyendu. You abducted Onyendu, and you are now looking for somebody. He said, oh, Simon doesn't even talk about the release of Onyendu. Every Biafran, every meaningful Biafran will agree with me that Simon sang the song of the release of Onyendu. And everything he's doing now is for them to release him. Hypocrisy can be, it can be in two versions. This version is a very weak one. Anybody who is talking hypocritically, this very hypocrisy is very weak. It is a weak one, because Simon is doing the needful. He is doing the needful. Everything I have shown here that you people have read, this man is a Kenyan, a professor. He is very observant. What he is telling these people here is his observation. You know? So when he said what everything he's talking about here, hope was on the turned. You people saw it. That's his observation. The lawyer Femi that spoke is a Yoruba man. He is talking about his own observation and experience of what is going on in the society. All those things are not caused by Simon. What Simon is simply telling the world and telling the zoo government is that they should leave his people alone and stop the massacre. The pogrom is too much. Now they've seen that they cannot get at us easily or anyhow. They are demolishing homes. Because when they demolish your home, you become homeless. You will have nowhere to put any roof to put your head on. But I can tell you that all that will not stop Biafra from coming. It will not. So many people are lamenting, even people on the streets. Let me play this one for you to listen to.
There are many things that makes Nigeria the giant of Africa. Number one, corruption. You see, corruption in Nigeria is like a promotion. Another thing that makes Nigeria the giant of Africa is bad leaders. You see, other countries, they travel outside their country to go and make money, to come and civilize their own country. But for Nigeria, our government, they pack our money to go and invest in other countries. You can see another error there. Work of road from Nigeria to Unirag, University of Lagos. A journey that should not take more than 5 minutes. You will spend 1 hour, 30 minutes. If you go to Ghana now, at least for 7 days, you can enjoy unshakable light. For this country, now 1 day on, 3 days off. You can see another error there. If you combine all these errors together, you will discover that truly Nigeria is the giant of Africa. When you come to bad leaders, giant of Africa. When you come to bad roads, giant of Africa. When it comes to bad electricity, giant of Africa.
Have you people seen it? Have you heard it?
There are many things that...
Have you heard it? Simon is the one causing all these troubles. No matter the name you people call our prime minister, he is still there. Let me just leave one more information for people. Those of you who don't understand Simon's position, every time you feel so aggravated, very agitated about Simon's position as the prime minister of Biafra government in exile, you people forgot to realize that government in exile gets dissolved once we get our nation recognized by the international community. And who will do that for you? Somebody has to have that title that will qualify him to be able to speak to the necessary people needed. If Onyendu is there, Simon will still be the prime minister. Onyendu cannot be prime minister. Onyendu is the leader. Ndị Igbo si na ekele ọlụ eke. Onyendu is very educated. He knows what is up. Like in the United Kingdom, the head of state is Queen of England, or now King Charles. He is the head of this country. And his prime minister is Rishi Sunak. So also is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of Biafra for now. Ojukwu has died. And that's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continued. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not relax that Ojukwu is no longer there, so let us leave Biafra. So how can Simon relax now that his leader is not there? Simon is not asking for the leadership position. He is always referring to Onyendu as my leader. Onyendu is the leader. He cannot be the leader and the prime minister at the same time. For those of you who lack that knowledge, let me put it into your head. My people, wisen up. Stop beating about the bush. When you keep chasing the shadows, leaving the object, you will end up catching nothing. I will leave you here, and may God bless each and every one of you. Spread this message, like and share, so that it will go viral, and those who did not have the opportunity to watch me now, they will get it and get some sense, because we easily forget. Ọ ga-adịlị nwoke mma, ọ ga-adịlị nwaanyị mma. Subscribe to Betty Ford TV. Bye bye for now. Bye.